Blog Talk Radio.
Here at ACO Radio, American Communications Online, or any affiliated stations or websites are not responsible for what guest hosts or call-ins may say. All programming is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only.
Hello, world. This is TJ Morris, and you're listening to ET Radio, or TJ Morris ET Radio, sponsored by American Communications Online, and I will be your host tonight, Teresa J. Morris, with Jan Aldrich, and we are going to discuss about 102 years of our UFO association together, and we're going to discuss all our groups we've been in, and I happen to be a member of Mutual UFO Network, and we're doing some public relations work tonight. I'm getting back on board with the captain who we put up his bio tonight, but he won't be with us because I didn't ask him to be with us tonight because we're doing PR work for him. But he was across he actually talked to me in Kentucky, and I came on board to do a little PR work with our commercial for this particular show. And so this show and MUFON has a long history, and I've got a MUFON advertisement somewhere over here. But I tell you what, it's up to you. It's a nonprofit, whether you want to join or not. We have all kind of new ways to do that, and you can look at it at MUFON.com. But I'm going to call right now and get Jan Harzan on, and hope you can hear me. I don't have anybody helping me tonight. Jan's going to come on the last hour. Let's see. 546-8135. Oh, it looks like Janet made it. Okay, why is that not working? Okay, hold on. May have to call you other. Let me try that again. Okay. Let me get Janet. Hello, is this? Yes, hi. Yes, this is Teresa J. Morris, and we're live on the air looking for Jan Harzan. No, we're looking for Jan Aldrich. Sorry about that. Hello? Did I get the wrong number? Janet, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got an echo.
Okay. Janet, can you introduce yourself while I'm going to put me on hold so no echo. That way, if you'll introduce yourself, you can help me co-host tonight with Jan Aldrich. Okay. And I'm going to call him while you're introducing yourself. Go ahead. Well, this is interesting. I talked to several people in the UFO secret space tonight that I didn't know I was going to do because my phone crossed over into our group call, and I'm not sure what's going on these days because I zinc everything, so I apologize to everybody. But I'm going to check this number right here with Jan, 860-546 9135. Oh, hi, Jan. Let me call you back. I was verifying the phone number, okay? Okay, I'll call you right back. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay. Goodness sakes. This has been a day, folks. Trying to be human. All right. Let's see if we can be human here. Janet will have to call back in because she got cut off. I'm not sure. We're having all these crossovers. I talked to, let's see, dial. Is that happening? Well, let me try it again. I'm sorry, folks. I'm doing something that's shouldn't be that hard. I guess I have to hang. I hope he knows I'm hanging this one up. Now let's try to call again. Dialing. Let's see if it'll dial. Well, one more time. Everybody, please be patient. Janet, I apologize. It knocked you off. And what I'm doing is I'm calling the number that I've been given, if it will hit dial. He may have to call in. I don't know why it's not working. This is embarrassing. It says it's dialing. Wow, it's hard working alone without a co-host to help. I'm trying to do several things here at one time, and I don't know why it won't dial. Okay, because we're on the show, apparently, and I had called in and got a whole bunch of people. Earl Gray with Mutual UFO Network out in California, he just had a knee operation, and so he's recuperating. So, I would have had him on tonight helping. But I'm punching the button. Let me see, dialing. Maybe I'll have to put it in again. I hate this, but I've got to get connected to Jan, and I don't know why it kicked Janet off because she was on here. May have to refresh my screen. There it goes.
Hello?
Oh, good, finally. Wow, I was having technical difficulties. So Janet Carolesson, if you can hear us, call back in. Janet was here, and it kicked her off, and I couldn't get you, so I had to call you back. I apologize to everybody that's listening. So this is Jan Aldrich. Jan, I haven't had a chance to introduce you at all, so let's get started here. There'll be a little delay on the beginning. If you want to introduce yourself, I know you've got 50 years between the U.S. Army and the U.S. Post Office in service, and we're going to talk a little bit about your history and all these groups, NICAP and CUFOS and MUFON and UAP Associates, which I've got now, and all of them together, including with Janet Carolesson, who I knocked off, so she may be coming back on here in a few minutes with the ACO. So tell people a little about who you are and why you would be interested in helping us do public relations work for the UFO associations of all the groups, if you don't mind.
Well, here's, I've been interested in UFOs since I was about 15, so that's almost 60 years now. So that's a long time. And right after I got interested, I started collecting stuff too. So I spent 25 years in the Army as a supply, then meteorology, intelligence and security, and personnel. I was enlisted master sergeant that was a assistant adjutant, which is like rare as hen's teeth. They don't usually appoint adjutants that are enlisted. And then finished off as about my last 10 months or so as safety in an organization commanded the Southern European Task Force in in Italy, commanded by a 2-star general, so I was the safety officer for that outfit. After that, I came back to the United States. I went to work for the post office after a few years and worked for them for 25 years. And I'm now retired from that, so now I'm doing UFOs full time. And believe me, it is a full-time job as far as what we're doing now. I do have a website. Kind of been neglected for the last year or so, but I hope to put up something there that will tie everything that's on the site together in some kind of a more or less historical outline. I have a degree in history, so I'm interested in the UFO history. And even if you don't have, UFOs don't have to exist to study the history of them, because people like Donald Keogh and Walt Andrews, they exist, and they were interested in UFOs. So it's possible to study history of something that many people think that doesn't exist, but there is a history of the people that have been interested in it. So that's one of my interests, is the history. I'm also interested in looking for patterns and other things regarding UFOs, and preservation is one of my top thing. And so for the last several years, I've been scanning what I've collected over the last 50 or so years. And it's not going too well. It's going slow. So I may run out of lifespan before I get it all scanned. However, another project we're working on is scanning the CUFOS files, the Center for UFO Studies in Chicago. And the CUFOS, they have a number of other UFO organizations that don't exist anymore. They have their files. So NICAP, National Investigation Committee on Aerial Phenomena, which was in Washington, D.C. from 1957 till 1980. Predecessor organizations were Civilian Saucer Intelligence in New York, which existed from 52 to 1960 about. One of the first organizations, and which was noted by Life magazine, so they got a lot of publicity, and because of that, they got a lot of sightings. Civilian Saucer Investigations in Los Angeles. And there's a number of other UFO organizations and individuals that donated their files to NICAP, which then became part of CUFOS, and people have donated files to CUFOS. So there's a huge amount of files at CUFOS. There's of just sighting files. There's 67 plus. Well, let's see. It's more like 75. 75 filing cabinets of UFO sightings from before 1947 all the way up until the 90s or so. and that's what we're trying to get